Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna do August favorites. I cannot believe that it is already September. I almost forgot to do this video, but we are gonna dive in. I'm gonna share my favorites of the past month. I will admit up front, I'm a little eyeshadow heavy. I've also got some skincare favorites, body care, as well as some really fun makeup. So if you're interested in seeing my August favorites, then let's go ahead and dive in. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start, but I'm going to quickly do a little shout out. My favorite of the month of August was actually having my son come home for a visit from New York City. It was so awesome to have him here. He even did a video with me about fragrance. So that would probably have to be my absolute favorite because I have missed my boy and he is back in New York. He's moved to Brooklyn and is doing fantastic and back to college. So that would be number one. And then let's dive into makeup. As I said, I'm a little eyeshadow heavy. There seems to be so many beautiful launches of eyeshadow and I want to start with the Wayne Goss Imperial Topaz palette. So this truly is a stunning palette. Of course, it's right up my alley because it's got lots of neutrals. I even love the black, and I love how Wayne Goss kind of explained how important black was to wear on your eyes. So I actually learned a lot from his video, but this is just a beautiful palette, you guys. One and done. So many different things you can do with this, and it's funny because my daughter fell in love with this and has absconded with it. So I will do another video wearing this, but she loves it as well. It's just beautiful. Really high quality, just what you would expect from Wayne Goss. We'll just stick with eyeshadow for just a minute, and you guys, these truly are my favorites. They're just different formulas. Love Wayne Goss, kind of like your everyday perfect palette. And then I have fallen in love with the Chantecaille. These are the Chrome Luxe Eye Duos. And now I'm wishing I had bought all of them. This one happens to be in Kenya and it is just a stunner. So if you have hazel eyes, you guys, this one is just so pretty on the eyes, and I love the way that this gives you a little bit of reflection. I have more mature eyes, but I find that the shimmer in here totally works well on my eyes. Every time I've worn this on camera or just out in the world, I literally get compliments on this little eye duo. And I love the fact that, of course, there's only two shadows for someone like myself who gets overwhelmed by too many shadows. I just think these are beautiful. I also have it in Tibet and Monte Carlo. Love those as well. Someone was telling me I need the other purple one. I want to say San Marzano. So I'm sure I'll have to pick that up at some point, but I love those. So definitely a favorite. And then we have got the beautiful Chantecaille from the Safari Collection. You guys, I love this. And I love this, to be honest with you. I have been wearing these kind of like single shadows. They are just so pretty on the eyes. Someone was asking me about if they were super metallic, and I do not find that to be the case at all. This one is just so gorgeous, just a nice wash. I love this red earth. It's a really pretty, almost like a kind of bronzy color. It's got a little bit of that brick undertone, but just gorgeous on the eyes. And then you've got that gold. So I have been loving this little palette here. I think they did a fantastic launch with the fall collection. So super happy with this. And it was also so much fun to do a live event. That was my first live event, truly, with Angela Rogers. And so many of you guys came and you asked us if we we're going to be doing another one, and guess what? We are. We've got something special coming up for you guys, and I cannot wait to share more details. We're just working out a few little things, but I will be sure to announce our next live. It will be this coming month, and you guys, it's super exciting, and we will have something special for you guys as well. So stay tuned for that. That was so much fun. Speaking of going live, it was so much fun, and I was so honored to be able to go live with Nicole Mather, who is the CEO and owner of House of Sillage. As you guys know, I love that brand, and it was so cool to get to know Nicole a little bit more. And I do have to say, one of my favorites, I love the Whispers in the Garden bow lipstick cases, and I was trying to figure out which one is my favorite, and I'm gonna go with the Whispers of Guidance, just because every time I look at this little kind of mint green little lipstick case, it makes me happy and joyful, and I love the sentiment behind the Guidance. So really love this whole collection. If you guys have not had a chance to take a peek at the Whispers in the Garden lipstick case collection, definitely do so. These are beautiful keepsake pieces of art, and I just think that they are gorgeous. So definitely want to give a shout out to the Whispers in the Garden, and that was so fun to be asked to go live with Nicole. Okay, a little bit more eyeshadow. Please don't kill me, but I feel like I must share. I have never been a huge fan of Dior makeup in general. I do not know exactly why. I think I tried a few things and I just wasn't super wowed, but all these beautiful new little quints from Dior got launched. And I have to be honest, I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole, but I did, and I'm glad that I did, because the formula of these shadows are absolutely beautiful, and it kind of changed my whole mind on the brand, because these truly are pretty. I had maybe one or two of those in the past, and it didn't totally wow me, but these ones do. So if I was to just pick one shadow as my favorite, I'm probably gonna have to go with Soft Cashmere, because you guys, I love a boring neutral kind of palette, and this one is stunning. You guys, I have to be honest, I've seen so many videos with tons of other people using these. I don't think you could go wrong with any of the launches. So I personally have it in Soft Cashmere. I have it in New Look, which again is a really pretty neutral cool toned palette, but just a little bit deeper. And then I have it in the beautiful Tutu, and I love them all, but if I was just to pick one, I would have a hard time choosing between Soft Cashmere and Tutu, just because I have hazel eyes, and this little lilac shade over here just sort of brings out the greens. Really love that new launch from Dior, which has then inspired me to try other things from the brand. So just know you'll see a little bit more Dior in the future. Okay, then you guys inspired me to try the Serena bronzer. So I have the other one in Goa, and I love that one, but you guys were right. You were like, you're gonna need this one for more of the winter months, and it is just such a perfect little bronzer. This one, you guys, has a little bit more of a golden undertone, and it's just gorgeous. I love this formula because it's more of a gel kind of bronzer, and it just melts in and looks super natural on the skin. So thank you for the nudge. I love the Serena. It's just beautiful, and a perfect kind of transition from kind of summer to fall kind of bronzer look for someone who has a little bit more light to medium skin tone. Then my go-to blush this past month has been Rose Bronze. And you guys, this one is in this little limited edition. It came with the little red CC. This is from Chanel. But I really do love Chanel blushes. Yes, they definitely have a perfume scent, so definitely want to put that out there for you. But this color is just perfection, and I have just been so enjoying it, and it has been my go-to blush. It's kind of like a perfect little, just what it is described as, a bronzy rose, very nice and neutral on the skin, and I've just really been enjoying this guy. Okay, two more Chanel items. I am in love with the Balm Essential, and this one is in Rosé. So I have this already in sculpting and light bronze, and then they came out with this kind of rose colored one. And you guys, it is so pretty on the skin. These are these really natural kind of highlighters. They just make your skin look super pretty. And then this one's got a little bit more of a pink undertone, and I just find it to give me a nice little healthy flush. You can kind of use it as blush. You can kind of use it as a very light blush or a blush topper. I tend to use it more as a topper just because they do kind of have a nice little sheer kind of formula, and they're just so pretty. You can also use this on your lips. I just really enjoy these little balm essentials just to give my skin kind of a very healthy natural highlight. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little cheat because this technically should be in September because I got it in September, the very beginning. But this is the BEIGES Healthy Glow Foundation, Hydration and Long Wear. And I just have to give it a shout out because you guys, I have been wearing this non-stop. This is a total winner for me. And somebody had reminded me that this kind of reminded them of the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate foundation, which is $150. And this guy is $60. So it's still an expensive foundation. But once she reminded me of that, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, you're right. I've been trying to figure out what to compare this foundation to, and I found that the Shade and Illuminate, you know, didn't have a ton of coverage, but it did kind of blur everything out and just kind of give you that healthy, natural skin glow. And this is exactly what this one does too. Now, this does have the BEIGES fragrance in it. I like the fact that it does not have SPF because I have fussy skin and I prefer to just use my own SPF. But I have just kind of fallen in love with this and thought I would give it a quick shout out since it's sitting here right in front of me. Okay, for skincare items, I've got a few goodies, and for the most part, you guys, I stick with my Biologique Recherche skincare routine. I will switch things up like masking. I love masking, and I will use all sorts of different brands. Same goes for serums. I will sometimes add in some different kind of serums, maybe a different face cream here or there, but I'm pretty boring. My skin is kind of one of those fussy ones, so I kind of stick with the same routine. But a couple things that I have been absolutely loving is the Jasmine in Lily Healing Mask. You guys, this is just so beautiful. You can sleep in your mask. That's the one thing I always tell people. They're like, they don't like to do masks. I'm like, I just put them on at night and sleep in them. But this guy is just this beautiful luxe, super hydrating and very healing mask for the skin. So if I've had a fussy day or if I've been trying too many new makeup items, then I'm going to throw on this Jasmine and Lily Healing Mask. I'm going to sleep in it overnight and I just wake up and my skin is like back to normal. So it really does have super nice healing properties in it. I've just been really enjoying this as a sleeping mask. I have two other items that I've just been in love with, and many of you love this one too. And this is the Chantecaille. This is the Rose de Mai face oil, and you guys, this is so lovely. So when I want a little extra glow on my skin, I will just add a dot or two of this gorgeous oil either into my moisturizer or just onto my skin. And the reason I love this one is it's very light feeling. I do love face oils, but if they feel too heavy, I just feel like it's too much for my skin. But as you can see with this one, there's just something that's light. It's going to give me a little bit of glow and it just feels lovely. So I've been adding a drop or two into my moisturizer at night to kind of really hydrate my skin. I also have been using this either in my moisturizer or a little dot with my foundation to give me that extra glow. So this little guy is just amazing. I really enjoy this. And you guys, I do have a bunch of face oils, and I have to say this is my favorite just because it really absorbs in the skin. It gives me a beautiful glow but does not feel heavy. And then they have the Rose de Mai body oil. So this is just such a treat. I've really been into body products, body lotions, And this body oil is just so gorgeous. So after I get out in the shower, my skin will be just a little bit damp. I will place some of this oil all over, and my skin is hydrated. Again, it absorbs right into the skin, so it's not like I have to wait around for it to dry. So I've been really loving this Rose de Mai body oil. If you guys haven't tried any of their body products, I'm kind of diving into them and really enjoying. Okay, we're gonna quickly run through some lipsticks. You guys, I really tried to weed these out because I had a lot of favorites this month, but we're gonna start with the classic. This is from Chanel, and it is just their Rouge Coco Moisturizing Lipstick. And I think the previous month I was in love with Adrian, which I still am. This month I have been wearing Cecile, and Cecile is just such a gorgeous nudie kind of pink. I just love this one. This one's an oldie but a goodie, and I just think it needs a little shout out. It is just so pretty on the lips. So Cecile. Then, as you know, I love the Chantecaille lip veils, and they came out with 3 new shades for fall. And you guys, I love them all, but I will say the one I wear the most is going to be Acacia, which is a tawny rose. And this is this shade right here. This is Acacia, and it's going to be, as you can see, Cecile's going to pull a little bit more pink. Acacia is definitely that tawny rose, and it is just beautiful. I love Tamarind, I love the Plumeria, but if I was going to pick out the most worn one for this past month, I'm going to go with Acacia. And then Chanel came out with their Rouge Duo. These are the long wear kind of liquid lipsticks. You have the liquid lipstick part on this side and then clear gloss on the other. This formula is one of my favorites. I'm not a huge liquid lipstick wearer, but out of any of these are the ones that I do love. I like these because they will stain my lips and last all day. And the colors that I'm most obsessed with is light brown. It is just such a beautiful color. This is what I have on my lips here. So the one that I love the most is in light brown, and I just find it to be a super flattering color. It's perfect for this upcoming fall season. And again, these are just really comfortable on the lips. They're long lasting and a beautiful formula. So you guys, here is light brown. And then a surprise hit for me was the Passionate Red from Chanel. And this is Passionate Red here, and I've been having so much fun wearing this one. I've just been kind of dabbing a little bit on. I find that it really livens up my complexion, and again, makeup's supposed to be fun. I've never been a huge red lipstick wearer because I don't have a lot of lips, so I've never really wanted to emphasize them much, but I do have to say this red is just so gorgeous. It's really fun and poppy, and it really is fantastic for kind of lifting the complexion. And then I'm obsessed with Burnt Sugar lip gloss. So you guys, this is one of the Chanel lip glosses. I love this formula, and this color in Burnt Sugar is just my favorite. So oftentimes on camera you're seeing me just with this burnt sugar on because it's just a quick and easy lip. I love this formula of gloss. It's not too gloppy. It feels moisturizing, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna slip off your lips. And so I've really been loving Burnt Sugar, you guys. Such a fantastic color. Such a fantastic color. So these right here have been my most worn lipsticks of the month. And then we can't end the month without sharing a favorite perfume, and I'm gonna have to go with one that my son sort of nudged me into getting, and that is Chanel Boy. This is outside my wheelhouse. This is not typically something that I would gravitate towards. I tend to love those kind of warm, sensual fragrances with a touch of vanilla in them. I just tend to gravitate towards those kind of fragrances, and this is what I would consider the opposite of this. This is an aromatic fougere. It's definitely kind of got a spicy little kick to it. It does fantastic in warm weather. It's almost like the aldehydes and the spicy little burst that first comes out almost just kind of slices the kind of thick, kind of warm summer air, and then the dry down of this is very beautiful. So for me, this is always going to remind me of my son Emmett. He kind of gave me the nudge to pick this up, something that we can kind of share together. So that is going to be my favorite fragrance of the month, despite it not being something typical that I would reach for all the time. So you guys, those are my favorites for the month of August. I know that I'm forgetting a few things here or there, but as always, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I've got a bunch of things coming up for the month of September, so stay tuned, and I hope your week is off to a great start.